Really quick, I want to start off with a little bit of an introduction. My name is Shelby Colonna, and I am a company member with Hispanico. I am so excited to be teaching this class. It is a part of our end of the year campaign, Be Unidos, our artists, our future. So this is a campaign that we're doing right now, and it lasts until I believe beginning of February, which is very exciting. All the company members are sharing their own personal experiences. We're going to be teaching live classes. We already had some last week. We want to connect directly with you guys. We want to make sure that we're making a difference in this crazy time, especially since everything is going back down on lockdown in most places. So being safe, being home, but still being able to connect with you guys is something that we really love doing. So thank you so much for joining. A part of this campaign, I put a link in the comments that is donation based through Ballet Hispanico. It directly helps and benefits both us, the dancers, as well as the organization. Or you can text artists to 91999. Again, that's 91999, texting artists. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, I want to talk a little bit about Pilates and what it does. Although I believe that most people understand Pilates or kind of know the benefits, really a lot of it is stemming from the core. We're working with the relationship between strength and flexibility and how to find the equalness between both of them. Mind over matter, or mind and matter happening together. Also, our efficiency and our effort. What is more effective and how much effort are you putting in? Sometimes you don't need to be like going hard to really get the benefits of what Pilates is offering. So you can have your mat, you can have your towel, you can have your carpet, whichever works for you. We're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you guys again so much for joining, and let's do this. I'll move my water bottle, trying to stay hydrated. It's getting so cold here in New York, so as much as I don't want to drink ice cold water, I know that I have to remember to. So we're going to start lying down on our backs. Your knees are going to be bent and your feet are going to be flat. So lying all the way down, tried to set this up as best as I could so that you could still see me. Hands are going to be down by your sides. So you want to think about your collarbone being nice and wide, your triceps, elbows, and hands, the palms of your hands, pressing down into the mat, just so that you can already feel that activation starting in those arms. From here, I want you to think about sinking your ribs together, interlacing them together this way. So take a big inhale, let those ribs just expand nice and wide, and then exhale, close and wrap those ribs nice and tight together. So you get that nice tight core action. Now from here, I want you to constantly think about, in our supported spine position, about the top of your hip bone and the bottom of your rib cage coming together, but using your abdominals to do it, not your bones. You're not tucking your pelvis underneath. You really want to use your abdominals. So take an inhale. You're going to be in a neutral position, just whatever is natural for you. Take a big inhale. And then exhale. Use your abdominals to find that rib and hip connection. Exhale, really tightening the core, trying to sink everything down into the spine. Thinking about your low back and your spine, pressing into the mat. It might not reach, and that's okay, but you want to think about that like activeness happening. Again, bring yourself back to neutral. So tilting that pelvis a little bit back. Take an inhale and exhale. Same thing. Find that connectedness between the ribs and the hip connection right there. Take an inhale in this position and exhale, release back to neutral. We're going to do that 2 more times. Take an inhale and exhale, closing the ribs, finding that rib and hip connection, using your abdominals. Wide collarbone still. Take an inhale here. And exhale, release back to neutral. Last time, take an inhale. And exhale, rib and hip connection, closing the rib cage nice and tight. Take an inhale here. And exhale, bring it back to neutral. Now from here, take a big inhale. I lost you guys for a second. I still have you. Still lying in that position. Take a big inhale and exhale. Close the ribs and come back into that supported spine position. Hands down by your side. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Curl the head, neck, and shoulders. Hover those fingertips just 2 inches off the mat. Really reaching the fingertips down towards the feet. Take a big inhale here. And exhale, lower it back down. Again, inhale. Exhale, curl the head, neck, and shoulders. Reaching those fingertips towards your feet. Take an inhale. And exhale, lower down. 2 more like this. Inhale. Exhale, curl the head, neck, and shoulders. Cover those fingertips 2 inches off the mat. Reaching towards your toes. Take an inhale here. And exhale, lower down. Last one, inhale. Exhale, rib and hip connection. Reach those fingertips, cover them 2 inches off the mat, reaching towards your toes. Take a big inhale and exhale, lower down. Now from here, same idea, a little bit of the variation on the theme. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl the head, neck, and shoulders. Reach those fingertips towards the feet. Take an inhale as you bring your arms up towards your ears. And exhale, push the air out as you bring your arms back to a hover. Again, inhale up and exhale to push. Inhale, bring the arms up and exhale, push, sinking that belly in. 2 more here. Inhale and exhale to push. Last time, inhale up and exhale, bring those hands down, reaching, hovering 2 inches off the mat. Take another inhale here and exhale, lower it all the way down. Whew. Just a little warm up right there. So now take an inhale, exhale, find that supportive spine position again. So that rib and hip connection that we talked about earlier. We're going to march our feet. So stabilizing one leg, go ahead, lift the other leg to a nice tabletop position and lower all the way down. You really want to make sure that your hips stay nice and anchored. Other foot up and exhale, lower down. So hips are nice and stable. You really want to think about that 90-degree angle with the leg. And you want to think about your low abdominals lifting the leg up as opposed to just lifting the leg with all of your muscles. And exhale, lower down. 4 more marches. We're going to inhale up and exhale down. Tap into your body. Make sure that your hips are really staying stable. Almost like you have 2 screws drilled into your hip bones, drilling down into the mat. And exhale, lower down. Last time, inhale up. And exhale, lower down. Beautiful. So now, staying in that supportive spine position, arms pressing down into the mat, triceps, elbows, forearms, and hands. Go ahead, take one leg to that 90-degree tabletop position, and then bring the other leg up to that 90-degree position. Really interlacing the ribs and rib and hip connection activated. From here, take one leg and just dip it 2 inches down towards the ground. And then inhale, bring that leg back up. And exhale, lower 2 inches the other leg. And inhale, bring it back up. We're going to do this 8 times. Here we go. We go 1. And bring it all the way up. So make sure that your pelvis doesn't start to tilt. You're really holding that connection in with your abdominals as you're doing this. Nice and slow so we can really feel it. This is 3. Inhale and exhale, tighten that core as you come up. This is 4. And exhale, bring it up. Are your triceps still pressing down into the mat? Are your ribs and hip connections still together? Good, and lower. And up. We have 2 more, you lower 1. And up. Last time, lower down. And bring it up. Squeeze those legs nice and tight together. Same idea as before when our feet were on the floor. Rib and hip connection. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl the head, neck, and shoulders. Reach those fingertips 2 inches off the mat, reaching down towards where your toes were aiming. Take an inhale, bring the arms up, above. Exhale, press the arms down. Good. And then lower your head, neck, and shoulders as you lower all the way down. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl the head, neck, and shoulders. Hover those fingertips 2 inches off the mat. Take an inhale, arms up to the ears. Exhale, press those arms down towards your hips. Take an inhale here. And exhale, roll it all the way back down. Good. Do it again. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders. Hover those fingertips 2 inches off the mat. Good. Inhale, bring your arms up towards your ears. Exhale, press those arms back down towards the hips. Inhale in that position and lower it back down. Good. We have 2 more like this. We inhale, reach those fingertips, hover them up. Exhale, bring them up towards the ears. Good. Exhale, curl those arms back down and lower yourself all the way down. Last time, we take an inhale, reach. Exhale, above the head. Inhale, press the arms. Exhale where you are. And lower all the way down. Beautiful, beautiful. I am having such a hard time. My screen keeps blacking out on me, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on. So that's why I'm coming back to press on the screen. So in this position, you can lower your feet down to the mat. We're going to go back into our tabletop position. We're going to go into what we call our hundreds. So we're doing 100 pulses, 10 times. So we're going to go back into the tabletop position. We reach the arms. We're going to pulse the arms. You're going to inhale for 5, and then you're going to exhale for 5. And we're doing that 10 times. So it's a little bit of a stamina push. You can decide to do tabletop. Feet can be flat on the mat, or if you want even more of a challenge, you can go out to a long 45-degree angle. Kind of makes that leverage a little bit harder. So let's go ahead and start our hundreds. Arms down by your side. Take an inhale. Exhale. Curl that spine in. Using those abdominals, really scooping the abs underneath. Take an inhale, bring one leg to tabletop. Exhale, bring the other leg to tabletop. If this is not comfortable for you, go ahead, put your feet back down, or if you want more of a challenge, go out to that 45-degree angle, but make sure this whole time you're squeezing your inner thighs together to really get that low abdominal activation. So take an inhale, exhale, curl the head, neck, and shoulders. Hover those fingertips 2 inches off the mat. We start pulsing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, and exhale. Inhale, 2, and exhale. Squeeze those inner thighs in. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Can you do bigger pulses with the arms? Inhale, exhale. Curl up a little higher. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, 2, and exhale. Almost done. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, last one, 2, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, bring those knees into the forehead, squeeze, 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 lower your head, neck, and shoulders, and lower one leg down at a time. Whew, that one always starts to get me sweating. Whew. So we're gonna transfer to lie on our sides. You can either mirror me, which is perfectly fine, or you can start on your right and left. Just know we're doing both sides. So whichever side you don't do first, obviously you're gonna do it on the second time we're doing it. So I like to line myself up with the back of my mat, just so I know that I have a straight spine. Your arm is gonna be extended all the way out, and you can rest your head down, or you can decide to kind of prop your head up like this. Either way is fine. This I find that there's less stability. This I find a little bit easier, but it helps me focus on what I'm doing with the rest of my body. So you're gonna go into a 90-degree angle with your legs. Your back is nice and straight up against the back of your mat, towel, whichever. Legs are gonna be stacked 90 degrees, shoulders, hips to knees, and knees to toes. Hand can either be on your hip, or you can decide to put it out in front of you for a little bit more stabilization. Other than that, I want you to think about a string coming from that bottom or the top sits bone and pulling you down towards the other cheek, just so that you have that nice waistline underneath, almost like you're standing up straight. So instead of sinking into that side, we're really finding that length in the core. I'm gonna put my hand here for now, and we'll see how it goes. But you're gonna open up the whole shape like a book. So it's gonna stay 90 degrees, and then you're gonna lower it down. And lift it up, 2, and lower down. And 3, and down. 4, and down. Make sure you're breathing. 5, down. 6, ribs are really interlaced, so you're not opening up in the rib cage. We have 2 more. 7, we're doing an 8 count, and 8. Good, lower those knees, keep the knees squeezed together. Tuck those toes towards your butt. Knees are gonna be stacked, and from here, glue those toes together, and we're just opening up from the knees like a clamshell. Remember, that waistline is still there, ribs are still intact. You lift that knee up for 8, and lower down, and 7, and down. We're breathing. 6, and down. Really finding that activation from the glutes, and down. 4, and 3. Good, keep going. You have 2, and last one. 1. Good, lower it down. Take those feet that you have tucked behind you and just extend them halfway between that 90-degree and that 45. So somewhere in between. From here, lift that whole shape up, and then we're gonna go knee to knee and toe to toe. So tap knee to knee and toe to toe. Good, again, knee to knee and toe to toe. Good, knee to knee and toe to toe. Here we go, 4, and toe to toe, and 5, and up and over like a rainbow, leading with the knee to really internally rotate, and toe to toe, externally rotate. Good, 2 more, and toe to toe. Last one, knee to knee. Good, and toe to toe. Nice, so extend your legs all the way out. Give yourself a little rub of the glute. I know it's a lot. Bring that bottom leg that you have 45 degrees out in front of you. So almost if you're on a mat, it's going to be at that bottom front corner. The other leg is going to be in line with the rest of your body. So if I were to be looking above you, you should be in a straight line from fingertip all the way to toe with that bottom leg kicked out in front of you. This, I like to bring my hand out in front of me. It's a little harder to stabilize. But from here, we're just gonna go 8 pulses up. Again, thinking that hip, really pulling to find that waistline underneath. You lift it up, 8, and lower, and 7, and lower, really finding that glute. 6, down, keep breathing, ribs are interlaced, and down. 4 more, 4, lower, 3, And lower, 2 more, 2. Last one, 1. And down. We're gonna do circles with our foot. So you're gonna point that foot just the size of a dinner plate. Think nice and small. You're gonna circle for 8. And 7. 6. Front, up, back. Front, up, back. Good. 3 more, 3. And 2. Last one, 1. Good, now reverse it. You kick it back, up, and forward. Dinner plate size 7. And 6, whoop, feel the burn. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, 1. Whew, lower all the way down. Let it rest. Roll onto your back. Take that working leg, cross it across the other thigh, and go ahead and pull that other thigh into your chest. Grab behind that leg to just give yourself a little bit of a pull. Give yourself a nice stretch in that glute area. Side lying leg series is the hardest, but I like it the most. It's winter, but we're working on the summer bod. 2021, that's what we're all aiming for. Good, take that same leg, just reach it up towards the sky. Grab behind the leg if that's available to you. If it's not as far, you can grab behind the knee or the thigh, whichever works, but just give yourself a little hamstring stretch. You can flex that foot, get into the calf a little bit. Still breathing, making sure that if it is really tight, you're breathing into that tightness, and then just exhaling to make sure that you can get a little bit further, a little bit more flexibility in there. Good, another inhale here, and exhale to relax. Lower that leg all the way down. I'm gonna swing around. We're gonna go to the other side. So lying on our side, same idea as the first side. You wanna line yourself up in a straight line with the back of your mat. Whatever you did on the first side, repeat. So if you were like this on the first side, stay like this here. If you were like this, go ahead, lay back down. 90-degree angle, shoulders, hips, knee, knee to toe. You're gonna make sure that that top hip is pulling down so you have that nice, beautiful waistline underneath, like you're standing. Hand can either be here or here, whichever you did on the first side. Go ahead, lift that top leg like a book, stays 90 degrees, and lower it down. Make sure that your hips aren't shifting back. You're really keeping it like you're up against a wall. And lower down. And 3. And down. 4. And lower down. You have 4 more. 4. And exhale. Good. 3. Remember your ribs are interlaced together. And lower. 2. And lower. Last one. 1. And lower down. Good. Tuck those toes back towards your glutes. We're going into our clamshell position. So tuck those toes in, feet stay glued together, knees open for 8. And down, remember that waistline underneath, like a little ladybug crawl under. And lower down. And 3. And down. And 4, good, keep going and down. Just checking to make sure everyone's good. And lift, and down. Good, 3 more, 3. Good, and 2. Nice, last one, 1. Good. And now take those toes, bring them halfway between the 90 and the 45. Lift that leg up. We go knee to knee and toe to toe. Here we go. 1. And toe to toe. And 2. And toe to toe. Remember that hip is lowering down on the top.
and toe to toe. And 4, making that nice rainbow arc with the leg. And good. You have 2 more. And open. Last one. Good. And open. Good. Shake it out. Give it a nice little shake, a little rub to get into our next part of the side leg series. Same idea. Arm where it is. I use this arm in the front for this. Kick out that bottom leg to that 45-degree angle. Take that top leg. If I were to be looking bird's eye view, your straight line from fingertips to the top leg toes. From here, flex that foot and give yourself 8 here. So we lift 8 and down and 7. The top hip is still pulling down to find extra length. Waistline is underneath and down. 4. We're breathing. 3. Ribs are interlaced. And 2. And 1. And lower down. From here, point that toe. 8 circles. We're starting forward. You go forward, up, and back. And 2. Around. This is 3. Keep it smaller than you think. And 5. 6. Keep breathing. 7. And 8. Good. Reverse it. You go 8 back up and front. And 7 back up and front. 6. 5. 4. Good. 4 more. 3. Last 2. Last 1. 1. Good. Lower it down. Roll onto your back. Take that working leg, cross it over the supporting side, and then pull that knee into the chest and pull behind the leg. Give yourself a nice piriformis stretch. Really loosening up that glute. You can rock it back and forth. You can make some circles, whatever feels best. Just try and loosen up that glute area from all that hard work. Good. Lower it down. Take that same leg, bring it up to the ceiling. If it's available, grab behind the ankle. If not, anywhere along the leg is fine. Just give yourself a nice little hamstring stretch. Pull that leg in close to your face, or as close as you can get it. Give yourself a nice flex so that you can get into the back of that calf muscle. And inhaling and exhaling. Always remember to breathe. We like to hold our breath when we work out. It's a bad habit, but breathing really helps get you through all the challenging things you need to get through. Take another inhale here. And exhale. Good. Lower that leg all the way down. Feet are planted down into the mat. Knees are bent. Your hip width distant apart. Again, press your shoulders, triceps, elbows, and hands down into the mat. Wide collarbone, chin lifted like you have a tennis ball underneath your chin. Plant those feet, maybe not too far. It's a little hard, but not too close because we don't want you going into your low back. From here, take an inhale. Exhale, curl that pelvic bone underneath. Lift up through the top of your hips, coming up into that nice bridge position. From here, think about your heels kicking into your glutes and your knees shifting out towards the out diagonal. Give yourself that little hamstring activation. Take an inhale and exhale, lowering it all the way down and rolling through the spine like you're being rolled out like dough. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl the spine underneath. Lift those hips up towards the ceiling. Triceps are pressing into the ground, squeezing those glutes. Knees kick over the diagonal and heels kicking towards your glutes. Good. Take an inhale. And exhale, rolling all the way down through the spine. We're gonna take 2 more like this because it's nice and slow. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl that tailbone underneath, lifting up through the glutes. Squeezing those glutes together, kick the heels in towards the glutes. Take an inhale here, and exhale, roll it down. Last time, take an inhale. Pressing those triceps into the ground. Exhale, curl the tailbone underneath, reaching those hips up towards the sky. Nice flat back so you're not arching into that low back. Stabilize both legs. From here, triceps, hands pressing into the mat. Go ahead, give yourself a little lift of that right leg. Try not to let your hips move too much, and then lower it back down. Whew. Go ahead and lift the other leg up 90 degrees. Keep those hips lifted where they are so that they don't move. Again, shift to the first side, and exhale, lower down. Other side, lift up, and lower it down. 4 more. And exhale, down. And a 3 to inhale, and exhale, lower down. Last 2, and lower it down. Last 1, and lower it down. Take an inhale here, and exhale, roll through the spine. Go ahead, bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice little hug of your legs. You can rock back and forth. That is a lot on the hamstrings, but it feels so good. It's a good burn. Good, legs up towards the ceiling. Just give them a little bit of a shake. Release it and tap the back of your hamstrings. Get the blood flowing just a little bit more. Good, and rest. So we're gonna turn around. I'm gonna switch my mat to be facing you, so it's a little bit easier to see. We're gonna go onto our hands and knees. So from here, you wanna make sure that your wrists and your hands are planted directly below your shoulders. So here you're nice and stable. Same thing with your hips. Your hips are gonna be directly above your knees so that you're in a nice tabletop position. The ribs are closed, the lower belly is sucked in. Not sucked in, but it's activated close to the spine. You wanna make sure that if you had a cup of hot tea on your back or hot coffee, it wouldn't spill so you wouldn't get burned. Now from here, a lot of us, we tend to sit in our shoulder blades and have winging shoulder blades. Try and press through the ground. You really want to think about your full hand, palm, fingertips, all the way to your fingernails, pressing into the ground. So nice and neutral, your legs are separated just parallel, so almost like you have 2 tennis balls in between. You're gonna go ahead, just lift one arm, you can mirror me, straight forward, up to the ear, and lower it back down. Switch to the other side, really stabilize, try not to shift the body too much. You wanna leave it nice and centered, and bring it back down. And lift the first side, and lower it down. This is 4, you lift, and lower it down. We have 4 more, lift 1, make sure you're breathing, inhale, and exhale, lower it down. And 3, inhale up, and exhale, lower down. Are your ribs still closed? Are your abs still in? Take an inhale, lift it up, and exhale, lower it down. Last time, inhale, lift up, and exhale, lower down. Now from here, walk your knees and feet all the way together. You're gonna go on the balls of your feet. So you're gonna flex your toes underneath, squeezing those knees, inner thighs, almost like you have a $100 bill between your thighs and your knees, and you don't wanna lose it. Take an inhale, curl that spine under just a little bit, those low abs. Now press and hover your knees just 2 inches off the mat. Take an inhale here, and exhale, lower those knees back down. Again, take an inhale.
Exhale, curl the spine just a hair, so much that you have to lift your knees. Knees hover 2 inches off the mat. Take an inhale and exhale. Make sure you're still pressing throughout that whole palm. Take an inhale, exhale, squeeze the belly in, hover those knees 2 inches off the mat. Take an inhale and exhale, lower down. Last time, inhale. I lost you again. Last time, inhale, exhale, curl, hover those knees 2 inches off the mat. Take an inhale here, and exhale, lower it down. From here, walk yourself back just a little bit. You can decide to do modified push-ups in the short plank position, which is on your knees and just coming towards that 45-degree angle. Or you can decide to do a full plank position and do the push-ups in full plank. Whichever is better for you. I'm going to do modified. I find that my arms are not as strong as they need to be. So if you're in modified push-up, go ahead, be on your knees, and then shift your body forward just to that 45-degree angle. You're still locked in, palms are still pressing into the ground. Now from here, instead of doing tricep, or instead of going out to the side, I want you to think back diagonal. It's a little bit of a weird thing to think about, but really put your focus in on going to that back diagonal, like 2 strings, pulling your elbows back. We're going to do a variation. 4 of going down. You're going to go down a little bit further. You're going to go down all the way, and then you're going to press up in 1 count. And you're going to do that 4 times. Then 4 times, we're going to go all the way down, and then come up in 3 increments, 3, 2, and then all the way up on 1. I'll be doing it with you. So let's go ahead. If you're full plank person, go into full plank. If you are modified push-up, go into that nice 45-degree angle. Elbows back to the back diagonals. Here we go. We pulse down 1 and 2. All the way down 3. Press it up on 4. And 1, 2, 3. Press it all the way up. 1. A little further. All the way. And press it up. Last one here. And 2 and 3. Press it up, reverse, drop it all down on 1. You come up 2, a little more 3, and up. Drop it down, come up, and up, all the way. 2 more down, and up, up, up. Last one down, and up, and up. Good. Whew. Sit yourself back into a nice little child's pose. Knees can be open, feet can be open, closed, whichever you prefer. Just reach those fingertips out in front of you. You can let your elbows rest to the mat and rest your forehead down. Make sure that you're breathing, really catching your breath. Whew. Good. And bring yourself all the way back up. We have one more challenge. I was going to do 2 more challenges, but we're going to do 1 more challenge. A little bit of a cardio kind of effort. I'm sure you've done them before, but I need to hydrate. But we're going to do commandos. I know, it's the worst, which is your elbow, elbow, hand, hand. Then we're going to switch left, right, left, right, or whichever side you decide to start with first. Just make sure that you're switching to the other side so that you feel like you have both effort and you're nice and even. We're just going to do it 10 times, no more than 10, but we got this. We're doing it together. Let's do this nice and strong. Here we go. So full plank position. Feet kicked out, you're on the balls of your feet. And here we go. We go elbow, elbow, hand, hand. Switch sides. And up, up. This is 3.
and 4, and up, and down. Up, 6. No, this is 6, and up, 7, and up. You go 8, and up, 9, up. Last one, and up. Good, hold in that plank position. Good, hold. Now just 10 mountain climbers, just 10. So pulling that knee into the chest, here we go, 10, and 9, and switch, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Rest it down. Good, and shake it out. Cross it across your body. Give yourself a nice stretch. Whew. Lower that shoulder down. Really feeling that pull across the body. Good. Now switch other side. Take that pull across the body. Lowering that shoulder, really reaching across. Good. Take that first arm. Give yourself a nice little tricep. Pulling that elbow up. So you're really finding that link up through the tricep. Good, and now switch to the other side. Pulling up nice and high. Ooh, those are hard. I never like doing those, but because I'm doing them with other people, I have a little bit more motivation. I don't do them alone very often. Good, and shake it out. So I see that some of you guys are still here live with me. I would love if you guys have any questions. This is kind of the little part of the class that we do. If you guys have any questions about what we did or how I can help in any way, please type them below. I would love to answer. Or anything about Ballet Hispanico. I'm free to open anything and answer anything. But also remembering that this is a part of a end of the year campaign. So there are going to be more classes by all the other artists as well. So really stay in touch, stay tuned. I feel like there's not a lot of companies doing this out there, so it's exciting to do this and to be a part and to work with everyone face to face. And we really appreciate all of your support and that you're still here. We're still here. We can't wait to get back to work. And we really appreciate it, all of it. So remember that you can text artists to 91999 to give a donation if you're feeling generous. Or as I commented in the link earlier when I started the class, that is a link to the website that will also lead you to that donation page. So amazing. I hope that you feel good. I'm sweating. My cheeks are pink. I turned the heater on before I came in here, so I'm really hot. But it's good because it's freezing cold outside. So thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate it, and much love. Be safe, take care, and have happy holidays if I don't see you guys anytime soon.